Don't you?
What is it?
You remember some of us, don't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember all of you who continued in this class. And we have some new students. You can see. How are you guys doing? Everybody good? All right. So 1 week of break, then 1 week placement test. Now you're back for again 10 weeks.
Woohoo!
All right. Did you miss this class last 2 weeks? Yes, please say yes. Yes, you missed it. Kind of. Maybe. All right. That's it. So first thing first, I have to go through my CA today. Okay. All right. So this is ICE
Mr. B,
today.
can I answer question number 1?
Okay. So ICE today. Always check ICE today. Okay. Whenever in the weekend, usually Dr. Ketan uploads by Friday night. So what is going on in ICE? What competitions are coming up? Or just general information of what's going on in ICE, what is coming up, what's going to happen, and just a bunch of other information. So spring 2021 classes starts today, March 13th. 317 students have been approved for this session. Shahid is coming. Okay. Spring 2021 class list have been posted in the homepage. All test score have been uploaded. Classes are all virtual, as you can see. Teachers have communicated.
Oh, Dad!
That's how we are here.
You're making all the classes
Can check their
virtual for
class
all the
assignment by going to the
semesters.
student admit card page, and teachers will review the first 10 minutes, the objective of the class. Parents are welcome to join. Okay. Class and test average. So as you can see, this is 1D because there was a common test.
8!
So this was the row. So
18
35
out of
the test.
30!
Maximum was 18 out of 30. So question paper
That's
was
the
on the
max!
difficult side. And
That was the
was
max!
in math 2 scored that.
Yeah!
Some of you took 1A test and then took the second test and came from either 1AB or 1A class. That test 36 students took, highest was 19, and Dhruv Rathore, who is in this class, scored the highest, 19. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And what was the average? So 1D class, average was 6.1, highest was 9. As you can see, highest was 9, so obviously the question was
Yes!
And for math 2, the highest was 18 and the average was 10.7. So highest was 18, which is Dhruv scored, and then on an average the math 2 students got 10.7. And you must be seeing some of the students are missing from, if you're continuing student. I think 2 students have moved to math 2, if I remember right. I'll go through the list in a minute. And some people have came to this class from the other classes. Some students have taken 2 tests, however, student can only see the score or their assigned class, so you cannot see your old score. Okay. Next, I see online help desk. If for whatever reason, in any week, you have trouble logging in, or you have some question about ICE admins, placement test, or competition, you can always dial into this and talk to those ladies, and they'll help you out. Last day to drop is March 21st, which is next Sunday. If you decide to drop out for whatever reason, timing doesn't work or other priorities or you're traveling or whatever the case is, you can send an email to Dr. Ketan by March 21st, and he will actually drop you out from ICE and refund your money. Q&A with Dr. Ketan. Dr. Ketan will hold an online Q&A meeting on Sunday, which is tomorrow, from 2:30.
Dad, Dr. Ketan will hold an online Q&A meeting on Sunday.
Online class, dropout, and advancement policy. And that
Tomorrow at 2:30. To answer your questions regarding spring 2021 class
class
assignments.
schedule, all we care about is our class, so which is 2:15. MOEMS round 5. Some of you take MOEMS at ICA, so the last round, last and final round is coming up this week on Wednesday, March 17th, and 6 p.m. would be 6 and 6:30 p.m. So 6:30 p.m. is Division M, 6 and 6:30, and Division E is 7 p.m. Students participating in earlier rounds have already been approved for round 5, so you don't have to sign up separately. Okay, that's ICA today. And if you look at the class list, go to the home page, and here is the class list. And I make it bigger. So these are the class list: 1A, 1AB, 1B. So this is our class, 17 students total. And what I was saying is, you can see, here is Dr. Ketan's class. Some of you remember this student who was here last semester. She moved to Math 2, and I thought there was another student. Oh, here. Arman.
2 people
Arman
moved to Math 2.
Srija. Both of them scored higher than this class average, so they have been moved to the next higher class, which is Math 2. And that opened up space, and so that other students can join. Okay. So this is how this works. If you have any question about the advancement and schools and how we move students to the higher class, you can join to Dr. Ketan's meeting, which is scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. If your parent has a question, they can go and ask. I have visibility only to this class. Dr. Ketan has visibility for the whole IC, so he can answer questions better than I can. Okay. Anybody? So we have some new students. Among the new students, anybody first time ICAE? Mansa, how do you say your name? Manasa?
Yeah, Manasa.
Mansa, you're joining for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand how this class assignment and everything works? Do you have any question?
Yeah. No.
No? Okay. As I said, if your parents or if you have any question, you can join Dr. Ketan's meeting tomorrow at 2:30. You can ask him and he can explain. The homework was already uploaded. I don't know how many of you checked it. I did get some email with the homework, I think 3 or 4. So if you did not finish it, please finish it as soon as you can, and then email me with a scan as a PDF. Okay, that will be your first assignment. And first assignment is already online. I think Dr. Ketan put it there by Thursday, if I remember right. Okay, next thing what we do is our attendance. So this is our attendance sheet. Muhammad Banka, are you here? No. Rishi? No. Riya Gupta.
Here.
Okay. Rucha Kanetkar.
Here.
Panchumi, I see you. Mansa, I see you. Mansa, you are 5th grade in Miss Moore Elementary.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ishan Parik.
Hi.
Adi Patel.
Here.
Davin Patel.
Here.
Sahej Randhawa. Sahej.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
wild time.
Okay. Dhruv Rathore, I see you.
Yeah.
Ashni.
Yep.
How do you say your last name, Ashni?
Raitata.
Say that again.
Raitata.
Right, okay. Aditya
I'm here.
and Palak.
Here.
And Palak, you are not new. So what class were you in before?
This is actually my first time.
Oh, this is also your first time. Okay. And Ashni, is this your first time or you were in a different class before?
First time.
First time. Wow, a lot of first timers. Shantanu, I see you. Varun, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
And Siddharth. Siddharth. Okay, so we have 3 absent. Mohammed, Rishi, and Siddharth. I'll leave this up in case they're late. Okay, so last semester we did a lot of geometry and probability. This semester, obviously, my focus will be different. So my focus is going to be algebra. That's the first focus, and we'll do a lot of algebra. So solving equation, writing equation,
Not coordinate
and
graphs.
then what comes with algebra equations is coordinate. So we'll touch coordinate, and then after maybe 3-4 weeks, we'll pick another topic. Okay, I'll pick another topic so that we can concentrate on that topic. So I think the continuing students are pretty much tired of geometry and probability, right, Shantanu? You have done a lot of geometry and probability, correct? So I don't want to do that again. So we'll do a lot of algebra, some coordinate geometry, and then we'll see how many weeks are left, and then we'll pick up another topic if we have to. Okay. So now, so usually for the new students, what I do is when you send me the homework, I grade it, and I also write in an Excel spreadsheet what problems he got it right and what he got it wrong. And what happens is I try to solve all the questions which are difficult for most of you. So for example, there are 17 students. So I look for a magic number 9. If less than 9 students got something right, that means that question is difficult. And I pick those questions first. Okay? And then make sure I go over all the questions that most of the students got it wrong. Because I don't want to do the questions which says 2 plus 2 plus 2 is what. Right? So they avoid those easy questions. So today is the first day, so I don't have that data. So from next week, that's what I will do. But this week is the placement test. We'll just go over the questions and see why this was difficult. And I was going through the paper, and yeah, some questions were difficult, but some questions were easy too. So, for example, I don't remember anybody, or maybe there was 1 or 2 when I read the placement paper. Number 2, not many of you got it right. Number 3, that was another easy question. Then these questions, 5, 6, 7, those were pretty easy. It says, unless you made a mistake in calculation, this should not be that difficult. Then number 10, 11, 12 should have been easy question. 13, if you know percent, you can do it. 14 is also percent. 15 is a logical question. There's one more. 19 was an easy question.
Shaya,
Yes.
I wasn't able to solve question 4. Could you please do that one?
Say that again.
I wasn't able to solve question 4, so can you do that one?
Sure. I'll do every question in the placement test.
Oh, okay.
This week and next week. And there are some geometry question. And see, and this was the counting questions. So 27, 28, 29, and 30. These are all counting questions. So there was geometry, there were counting, there were logic questions, and there are fractions and patterns. So all types of questions combined together. Right. So any question before I start solving? Anybody has any question?
I
Yes.
changed my mind. I
Ishan.
want to do number 2.
Ishan, what is your question?
So how are you gonna choose who's gonna do what problem?
Okay, I'm just going to go by sequence in the Zoom. Okay, just like what I always do. Otherwise, I'll lose track. So I'll go in sequence. If the person said that no, I didn't do it, I'll go to the next person. And if that person does it, you can tell, or I'll go to the next person. Okay. And unless somebody, I think someone called for one already, if I remember.
That was me. Actually, I
so-
changed my mind to do number 2.
Okay. So that's how I'm going to go. So let's start. And you will find that you may have done a silly mistake while calculating the replacement test or misunderstood something because questions were not that difficult. I mean, there are difficult questions, but average should not have been 6.1. Should have been a lot bigger. But it is what it is. So we'll see why. So let's pick the first question. Okay, first question says you have 4 cards on the table, A, B, 4, and 5, written on the visible side. What is the smallest number of cards that we need to turn over to find out whether the following statement is true? Remember, you are just testing your theory. Okay? Your theory. Your theory is if an even number is written on one side of a card, then the vowel should be on the other side. And you're just checking whether this statement is correct or not. You're not trying to prove it right. You're not trying to prove it wrong. You're just checking whether this statement is true or not. So if I draw 4 cards, so A, B, 4, 5. So what is the smallest number of cards we need to turn over to find out whether if an even number is written on one side, the vowels should be on the other side. Oh, Muhammad is joining. Let me mark him present. Okay. Siddharth here. Siddharth also is here. So only Rishi is missing. Alright. First name on the list is Varun. Varun, did you do this question?
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
You're not sure if it is right. Okay. Dhruv,
I don't think I got it right.
you don't think you got it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shantanu,
I did it.
what did you do?
So I said 1 because let's say you flip over the first 2 cards,
Mhm.
and let's say it's A and 4.
Okay.
Then you know that the statement is true. But let's say you flip over the first 2 cards and it's B and 4, then you know it's wrong, and that can work for any combination.
So how many cards I have to flip?
2.
2. You said 1 at the beginning.
Yeah, 2.
So you have to flip this if you want to prove the theory, and you have to flip this, right?
Yep.
So it says even number and a vowel. So this number is a vowel. So if I flip that card and I find an even number, that proves that statement. Or if I flip this card and I find a vowel, then it proves my theory. If it is not vowel, that disproves my theory. right?
Yeah.
So both of this will work. And as he was saying, if I flip this card and I find an even number on the other side, that disproves my theory. Correct? So you can go either way. So you can pick any two, and then either you can prove this statement, or you can say no, this statement doesn't work. So it's a logic question. So you can either do A and B, or you can do A and 4. Both will work. So minimum, yes.
I'm pretty sure you only have to do one because so I'm pretty sure you only have to flip over the 4 card because it never says that the A vowel has to have even number on the other side. It only says that the even number has to have.
But
And
when you flip A, if you find out that it's an even number,
yeah,
wouldn't that prove your theory? Or so wouldn't it prove your theory too if it is even number?
yeah, but I'm pretty sure you only have to flip one.
No, you cannot do it with one.
Why?
So that's what it's saying. So you have to prove or disprove your theory, right?
Yeah.
So if it is, first of all, if it is odd, right, then it doesn't prove anything. But if it is even and A, then it proves that this theory is correct, right?
Yeah. Just one card.
So no, that doesn't do anything, because if you see odd, you cannot say anything for definitive. If you flip the card A and you see an odd number, you can't conclude, right?
But it's like same.
Remember, even number, if it is an even number, it has to be a vowel, not the other way around. That doesn't mean if you have a vowel, then you have to have two. Make sense? I can have an odd number and an A. And then for this one definitely you need to flip, right? So to check your theory, if this is even, that proves your theory. Sorry, if this is vowel, then it proves your theory. If not a vowel, then it disproves theory, right? So you have to have two. Next question. This was actually a simple logic question, and in the placement test, I think most of you
Mr. B, can I do this wrong? Mr. B, can I do this?
yeah, go ahead.
On an island, the inhabitants are either knights who always tell the truth or knaves who always lie. Person M said, "I am a liar," is the inhabitant of the island. So what a knight would say is that, say, "I am a truth teller," since he always tells the truth. A knave would say, "I am also a truth teller," because he always lies.
Yes.
But person M said, "I am a liar," so he's not an inhabitant of the island, because the entire island would be saying, "I am a truth teller."
So try to understand. Always tells truth. Does everybody agree? On an island, inhabitants are knights who always tell the truth. Knaves who always lie. But if I meet a knight, because he always tells truth, this is the only statement he can make, right? Would he ever say that I tell a lie? Never, because he tells the truth and he's telling you the truth. But as opposed to knaves, they lie, right? So there's usually lie. So when they're talking to you, wouldn't they lie also? So that means they will also say, I always tell truth. Because this is a statement which is a lie. So both of them actually will tell you, if you talk to them, both of them will say, I always tells the truth. So if somebody is saying, I am a liar, that means he is not inhabitant of the island. Is it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, this question, I don't think anybody got it right in the placement test because it is a long question.
Oh, I got
Okay.
question 2 right. What was this question?
Okay, hold on. So somebody said something. What is it?
I got question 2 right.
I got question 2 right. Okay, so I remember seeing 1 or 2 are right answer. Okay, so this question, let's read this question first. Oh, this is too big. I need some space to write. A traveler has a gold chain with 7 links. She plans to stay at an inn, inn means a hotel, that is willing to accept 1 link as payment for 1 night's lodging. She doesn't know when she will want to leave. She could stay 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, all the way to 7 days. But she wants to pay on a daily basis, meaning in the morning she gets up and decides to stay. She is going to hand over one of the links. That's a payment. And hotel is fine with that. So she doesn't know when she wants to leave, so she wants to pay on daily basis. She will have to cut some of the links in her chain, of course. The inn is perfectly willing to accept cut links as a payment. So, for example, if she stays 1 day, hotel will take 1 link or 1 circle. If she stays 2 days, hotel will take two links. What is the smallest number of links she is forced to cut in order to be able to pay every night, possibly getting change from the form of links paid earlier, up to a week? Very interesting question. Ishan,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so on the first day, okay. On the first day, she can cut the first link.
Okay.
Okay, and then on the second link, she can cut 2 links out, like not like
So you're going to cut this and give this as a payment. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then second day you're going to cut here and give this as a payment.
Yeah, and then I'll take back the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
After that, for day 3, you don't have to cut anything because you can give back the first one.
so you can give back this one, and this one as a payment for 3 days.
Yeah.
Next.
And then after that, you can give all of the 4 of them and then take back the 3.
Okay.
So that'll be 1 payment.
Okay.
And then after that, you can give back the 1 as a payment for
5th day.
next day. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can give back the other 2.
And take back 1 for the 6th.
Yeah. And then you can give back
Give
1.
all of them for 7.
So you only need 2 cuts.
2 cuts. Okay. Let's see if anybody else has a same answer, different answer. Ria, what is your answer?
I have the same answer.
Same answer. Anybody else? And is your method same, Ria?
Yeah.
I did it wrong.
What is your answer?
I got
You got 3. Okay. So as you can see, with 2 cuts we can do it. Can you do it with 1 cut? That's what I'm looking for. Anybody did 1 cut? Manasa, how about you? Manasa, Palak, Sahej, Adi. Anybody? Anshumi.
I didn't do 1 cut, but I think I know how it can happen.
Okay, can you explain?
So you can cut in the middle,
Okay.
and you can take the chain, one of the chains out, and pay it in,
Okay.
and then you can take another
So
one.
you're saying you should cut here in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay, so that will leave with this, this, and this.
Yeah.
How are you going to pay for one? So one is fine. So two, how do you pay for two?
They two. You can give one of the same the links.
Well,
I mean,
this has three of them. This is three of them.
Yeah. You
You
can
can
give out.
you cannot pay three for the price of 2 nights.
I think he means that he's gonna give the 3 and then take back the 1.
Well, still, then how many rings hotel has on that day? 3, right?
Yeah.
So, but they're supposed to have 2, correct? So think about this way. If she decides on the second day that I'm done, how is she going to pay 2 rings and leave? Is that possible?
No.
No. Okay. So one thing is everybody missed is if I cut here, just one cut, do you see that I can take the left side out through that cut and the one with the cut, and I can do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you see that? If I cut it on the third one, I can separate the left 2 out, then the one that has the cut and the 4 on the right. Everybody understand how I got this?
Can
Tati?
you repeat?
Yes. Yes, Aditya.
Can you repeat, please?
What I said was, if I cut it here, do you see I can get these 2 rings out of that one, right? Through that cut.
Yes, I understand that.
So this will be left 2, and the middle one will be this, and then I will have 4 of them left on the right side. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, I understand that.
So, yep. So now let's go through. One day, she's going to pay through the link that was cut. Second days, so 2 days, she is going to pay with these 2 and take the single one out. 3 days, she is going to pay with these 2 which are connected and the one that is cut. 4 days would be simply 1, 2, 3, 4 that are connected together. 5 days, she will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the big one, plus the one that is with the cut. 6 days, she will pay with 1, 2, 3, 4 that are connected, plus these 2 that are connected. And if she decides to say 7 days, she's going to pay 3, 4 plus this plus the cut. Make sense? So she'll pay with the cut, the ring
Yeah,
that was cut on the first
I think
day.
I got it.
Take that back, pay with 2 rings. Third day, give it back, so it's 3. Fourth day, take everything out and pay with 4 rings. Fifth day, 4 ring plus the cut ring. Sixth day, 4 rings plus 2 rings. 7th day, everything.
Yep, I got it now.
Okay?
So would the answer be she would have to break all 7 links?
No, I just cut only one. This one.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't cut anything. Do you see these are all intact? This is all intact. I didn't cut
because you're
anything
only
else.
taking the one link apart away.
Correct. So it's like a chain. I'm sure you have seen chain, right? So if you break one of the chain little bit higher, you can see you can slip away one from the left, one from the right, right? So that's just like that. So if it is a continuous chain, if you break one in the middle, you can take the left portion out and the right portion out through that cut. So this question was for that. Anybody still writing down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Finish writing and then let me know. I don't see camera for Siddharth, Sahej, Shantanu. I can't tell whether you're looking at it, you're doing something else. Sahej, Ashni, please turn your camera on so that I can look at you and see what are you able to follow or not follow. Okay. Mohammed, are you clear? Okay. Alright, so anybody still writing down? No? Next one was a similar question like one. There is a slight difference though. The difference is you have to prove this statement is correct. In the question number one, it says how do you prove or disprove the theorem. But in this question, you have to prove that this is correct. So you don't have the option of saying, oh, this statement is not correct. So how many I have to turn, how many cards I have to turn back to prove that this statement is correct? Every card with a vowel on one side has a prime number on the other side. Anybody?
Is it 3?
No, it's not 3. Anybody else? No? Varun,
Can I do it?
give me 1 second. Varun, did you do it?
Yeah, I did it.
What is it?
So each of the cards shown below has a number on one side and a letter on the other. How many of the cards must be turned over to prove the correctness of the statement? Every card with a vowel on one side has a prime number on the other side.
So how many cards you will turn?
So there could be one combination A and 5, and then there could be E and 5.
Well, it said, read the question. It says how many cards you have to turn to prove that this is correct statement. So we need a number. I don't need options. How many cards you will turn to say yes, this statement is correct?
Okay, 1 second.
Ishan, what is 2? Ishan, what was your answer?
2.
2. And Anshumi, what is your answer? 1. Is it 1? No, that's not correct.
I got
what is your answer, Dhruv?
I got 4.
4? No, that's not correct. Rucha, did you do this question? Rucha.
No, but I can try.
Okay, what do you think?
I think it's 3.
No, that's not correct. Ashni, did you do it?
Yeah, I got 2.
2? Okay. Palak,
I got 5.
how did you get 5?
I actually kind of didn't understand the question, so.
Okay, so just guessed. Alright, so remember, as I was stressing this point, we have to prove that this statement is correct. Everybody pay attention, please. This is a logic question. So to prove a statement is correct, we need to do 2 things. And I'm going to paste it, and you can write this one or take a screenshot. So to prove a statement is correct, first we need to take the cards that's showing vowel. Remember, what is the statement? Card with a vowel on one side has a prime number on the other side. That's the statement. Okay? First of all, Card with a vowel has to have a prime number, but that doesn't mean if I have a prime number, I have to have a vowel. Everybody understand that, right? If a card has a vowel, I have to have a prime number. That doesn't mean every prime number will have a vowel on the other side. Like for example, A on one side and 2 on the other is correct, but that doesn't mean if I have a vowel on the other side that have to have prime number on one side have to have a vowel. You can have a consonant and a prime number, but that's not the point. Point is, if you have a vowel, has to have a prime number on the other side. Does everyone understand the statement? And do you understand what I'm trying to make the differentiation between these two? If it is a vowel, then it's a prime number. So how do I prove that statement? First, every card with a vowel on one side has a prime number on the other side, as it says. So what do you need to do? We need to check this card and this card. Make sure they have prime number on the other side. Remember, again, we are trying to prove this. Okay? We're not disproving, we're just proving. Next, I don't know how many of you know this word. Contrapositive. Contrapositive means the opposite. So we need to also verify that the opposite is true. Every card without a prime number on one side does not have a vowel on the other side. Okay. So you have to also make sure this doesn't happen. Then and then only you'll be able to say, yes, this statement is correct. So we must turn over any card that has a composite number, which is 4, 6, and 8, and make sure it doesn't have a vowel on the other side. If we find a vowel on the other side, then this statement is wrong, right? So in order to prove this statement correct, it has to be a consonant or not vowel. This has to be not vowel. This has to be not vowel. Then your theory is or statement is true. Does everybody understand contrapositive?
Yeah, can I just write it down real
Thank
quick?
you.
Yes. Go ahead.
The answer's 5 cards, right?
Answer is 5 cards. Yes. That's why I was asking Palak, how did you get 5? So your guess is right, Palak. I don't know how you guessed it.
I feel like I just got lucky.
No, I probably she took a dice because there are what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there are 7. So dice wouldn't work. I thought you threw a dice and 5 came to the top and you said 5. All right, write it down. So
Now that would be a chance of probability.
yes. So not only you have to prove what they said, you have to also verify the contrapositive is not correct. That's how you prove a theory.
I have a question.
Yes.
In the last class of ICA, we did class test. We do class tests in this class.
Yes, we do, but not every week. Sometimes I teach a topic, and then in the middle of the topic, if I try to see how much you are learning or how much you have forgotten, I do a test to figure out how people are learning. So you would not get class test every week, but sometimes we do.
Okay.
Okay, everybody done writing?
Yep or
No.
No? Okay, finish. You guys should learn how to take screenshots. Asni, do you know how to take screenshots?
it's the print. It's the print screen button.
Yes. And then you have to put it somewhere, right? Otherwise you'll lose it.
For default, it'll go into your Dropbox.
In the rectangle with 2 lines.
Yes, I don't use Chromebook, so I wouldn't know. Whoever is using laptop or desktop, you can always press the print screen button, open Microsoft Word or WordPad and do paste, Control V. It will paste the screen. And then you can write it from there afterwards.
It's Control V, not Control
Yes,
V.
Control V. Control V. Control C is copy. Control V is paste. Control X is cut.
Can I do question 5?
Okay. Is everybody done writing? Number 5. The odd positive integers 1, 3, 5, 7 and arranged in 5 columns, continuing with the pattern below. Okay. So I have to copy the pattern. It's in the next page. All right. There are a couple of questions with the pattern, this type of pattern. Okay, so this is the pattern. So continuing from the left, the column in which 1985 will appear. Who wanted to do it? Was it Ria?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
What I solved it. Like, so I use the formula AN equals A1.
No. Ria, stop. I don't want any formula. Anybody can do it without writing big formulas?
Well, I kind of know part of it.
Okay.
So
Let's see. Varun, did you do this question? Oh, I see Davin. Davin, did you do this question?
I did it, yes.
Okay. You didn't write any formula or anything, right?
No, I just got
Okay.
used on patterns to help me.
Okay. So what did you do?
So if you look closely at the chart, you'll see on one side there's 15 to 31 to 47.
Uh-huh.
So what I noticed is that they went up by 16.
Okay.
So what I did is I thought, and I saw that it started at 15. So what I
Okay.
did is, so the number we're trying to find is 1985, correct?
Yes.
So what I did 1985 minus 15, which would be equal to 70.
Okay.
1970. Then I did 1970 divided by 16.
Okay.
I
That's
got
what
that
I
to
also
get me
did.
to 123 point. It gave me a ton of random numbers after that. So
Okay.
what I did instead, I timed
That's exactly
123
what
by
I did.
16 to get me 19. Wait, 1 second. 19. Wait a moment. 1 second. My paper just went away. 1 second.
So basically, you're trying to, if I understand you right, you're trying to find out the pattern.
Yes, pattern.
47, and you want to know which number close to 1985
Mm-hmm.
has, so let's say 1985. So whether 1985 fits this pattern or not. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I just got my paper back. Can I resume or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I got 1968. But remember that 15 I had subtracted earlier?
Mhm.
What I did, I added that back, and then once I did that, I got 1983, which is
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So if you look at the chart, you'll see in the second column, the one that has 1 at the top,
Mhm.
you'll see that it's 15, then it's 13, but it has 17 next.
Mhm.
If you count it, it would go to 15, it would go to 17.
Okay.
That would be 2 up.
Okay.
And because when I added 15 into that and it was 1983, if I added 2, it would be 1985. Therefore,
So second column.
yes.
Okay. So basically, Ria, I know you did formula and all that. We try to avoid formulas. This is not the time to use formula. Just use pattern. So if you look at the pattern, it's all going up by 16. Okay. You can take 15 out from 1985 and then figure out how many 16 goes into that number, or you can find the difference of these two, and this is 1970, and then divide by 16 and see how many 16s go into 1970. Okay, so this would be 1, 16, 3, 7.
That's exactly what I did on the unit test.
32, 5, and 0, which is 3, 48, which means 2. So that means 123 16ths will go, and then you have a 2 remainder. Make sense?
Can I do the next one?
Sure. So then what it means is instead of this would be 1983. So you finish with 1983 in this column. So the last row you will write this number, this number, this number, and you will finish at 1983, which means this number would be 1985, which is the second column. Anybody found any other pattern? No?
I just did it with the opposite column. The one with 7, 23, 39.
Yep, that will also work. So this is also apart by 16, right? This is also apart by 16. So you can use that as well. I don't know if anybody tried, but you see this is all by 8. You can use this column. This column is 12 and then 4. So this column is not good. Try this out. So you can look at the pattern of this column, look at pattern of this column, look at pattern of this column. Any one of the pattern will take you to the answer. Any question, anybody?
I was actually correct. On the unit test, I was correct.
Okay, so next one was similar. Next two actually questions are similar.
He did exactly what I did.
Okay. Let's see who didn't answer any question today. Danvin just answered. Dhruv, you didn't answer a question. Go ahead. Number 6.
Yeah, number 6. So what I did was like the last one, like basically the same concept. So it said, what one will 2012 appear in? So I divided 2012 by 4.
Okay.
To see where the column will come in, and then just use the remainder to just add up.
Okay, so 2012, if I divide by 4, I think it's divisible. So 21, 0, 12, 3. So what do I do now?
So now there's no remainder. So
no remainder means two things can happen, right? Either is in this column or is in this column, correct?
yeah.
Now how do I decide which column?
You can divide by 8 to see if that works, but if there's a remainder, then it won't work.
Okay, so you want to divide 2012 again with 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you just divide by 8 to begin with? That would be easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Mansa, what is your method?
So at first, like Dhruv, I did 2012 divided by 4 and got 503.
Uh-huh.
And 503 is an odd number, and
Very
2012 is an even number.
Very good.
So if it's an odd number, then the row, it would either be like 1, 3, or 5 or something like that, and keep it going to 503.
Yep.
And in the odd rows, the even numbers are either in B or D.
Okay, so this is times 3, and these numbers are 4 times 2. This number would be 4 times 4, because this will be 16. So odd multiples of even goes in the D column. Even multiples of 4 goes in the A column. So which column do you think it's going to go, Mansa?
For me, it would either be B column or D column, since those are what the even numbers are in.
Well, this is 2012, that's divisible by 4, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the numbers that are divisible by 4, these are the numbers divisible by 4. So
Well, yeah, that would work too. So then you can also realize that it goes in the pattern of 7, 5, 3, 1, 1, 3, 5, 7. So then if we would first try to put 2012 in D, since that's the greater number, and then you count.
Can I stop you for a moment? So do you see these are odd multiples of 4, right?
Yeah.
What is this, odd multiple or even multiple?
odd
So
multiple.
shouldn't it go to D?
Is
Yeah.
the entire row is odd multiples of 4, and the entire row of A is even multiples of 4.
Correct. So do you understand, Mansa? Mansa, are you clear or?
Yeah, I get it because my answer was D2.
Yeah, so you're explaining. So what I was saying is, as soon as you find out that this is an odd number, you're done, right? The other way is what I think Dhruv was explaining, um, is you can chunk this up by 8. Okay, you can take 2 at a time as a group, and you can say my pattern is for 8 numbers, and you can do 2, 0, 1, sorry, 1, 2 divided by 8. That's what Dhruv was explaining. So it's 2, 16, 4, 1, 5, 40, 1, 2, 1, 8, remainder 4. So that means the last, there will be 4 numbers left. That means you'll start here 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your 4th place. So it will go to D. Are you clear, Dhruv?
Yeah, that's what I put on my paper.
Yep. So you can either chunk it by 8 and then figure it out, or you can chunk it by 4 and realize the odd multiples go into D and even multiples go into A.
Mr. B, can I quickly say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I realized people wouldn't divide by 8 since it's not divisible because the divisibility rule is the last 3 numbers, but since it's divisible by 4, which is the last 2 numbers, it's
Well,
divisible then the whole
so the only problem with dividing by 4 is now you have to decide whether it goes to A or D, right? Both column has numbers that are divisible by 4. But if you divide by 8, you can just work with the remainder.
Yeah.
So you will have 251 groups like this, then you still have 4 numbers, so they will go 1, 2, 3, 4.
So in the A method, then you would just add 4, but if you choose to divide by 4, then you would do the on multiples and the even
Yes,
multiples.
correct. Yep, absolutely. Yep, that's how you do it. Okay, number 7. So let's see who hasn't answered any question. Anshumi, did you do number 7?
I did, but I don't think it's.
Okay, what pattern did you use? Do you remember? What pattern I should use?
So it's the same number. 2012 has to which column should it go in? So
Yep.
I would use the even numbers.
Mm. Do you see this column?
Mr. B, can I do this
What?
problem?
Hold on one second. Ansumi, what do you see in the numbers under G? What is the pattern?
It's adding.
So it's also multiple of 7, isn't it? 7, 14, 20. So wouldn't it be better if I can find out multiple of 7 close to 2012? So how do I find out? 2012, 7, which is 2, 14, 6, 1, 8, 56, 5, 2, 7, 49, remainder is 3. So you will have 1, 2, 3, and 287 groups. And how many numbers still left? 3. So it will go here. Yes.
The number 7, out of all these 3 questions that we did, this is the only one where I managed not to use the formula.
Oh, thank God. Okay. So try not to use formula unless you have absolutely no other way to do it.
Mr. B,
Formulas are good, but unfortunately you have to remember. What is it, Aditya?
it would just go to C. It would just go to column
Yes,
C.
correct.
I kind of did it in a different way, but it was
What did you
kind
do?
of similar. Except I didn't use
Similar?
kind of the remainder. I just subtracted 212 minus 3 and then divided it.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why do you pick D?
because what I saw was all the numbers in G are multiple of 7. That's an easy one to target. So I always look for pattern of a column where I can find a constant multiple of something. That will be easier, right? Instead of taking this column, now I have to do what I did in the previous question. 1, 8, 5, and then find out what is my last number and so on, right? Which would be a little more difficult. But if I find a column where numbers are multiple of something, that would be a lot easier. Make sense? Okay. Anybody still writing? No? Okay. Number 8. Anybody did number 8?
I tried, but I just could. I tried to do a little bit. Here's my working. So I came up with I came up with square numbers like 4, 9, 16, etc. And then I started trying 100 minus 81, 100 minus 64, things like
Yep.
that. I tried to do that, and then I went a bit higher, like 11 times 11 minus 10 times 10, things like that. Then I went more really because I needed to see a boundary where I can stop. So I did 100 times 100 to be 10,000. And I did 99 times 99, which I don't have written on my paper. But that would be a 3-digit number, so that would not be between 1 and 98. And then I didn't really finish it off because I didn't know how to do it after that.
Okay. So anybody else tried? No? So I'll give you an idea. So let me not finish this question, okay? I'll give you an idea and I'll leave it to you. Oh, you tried, Siddharth? What did you try?
So I first found the square of all the numbers, which go up like 1 all the way to 10. And so then I started off and I did 2 square minus 1 square. I got 3. 3 square minus 1 square equals 8. And I kept on doing that until I went up to 10 square minus 1 square, which I got 99. And then after that, I did 3 square minus 2 square. I got 5. 4 square minus this 2 square. I got 12. And then I kept on doing that until I reached 10 square, like I did earlier. And I got 10 square minus 2 square, which I got 96. So then, and after that, I did 3 square minus 4 square, and I kept on doing that until I got to 10 square, and then, yeah.
So did you hold on 1 second. So did you find an answer, Siddharth, or no?
No, I still have to complete this question.
Mr. B, can I do this problem?
Yeah, I can do it.
One at a
Mr.
time.
B, can
One
I
at
do
a
this
time.
problem?
So somebody was saying something. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's kind of like a rainbow pattern.
Yes, that is correct. And Adi, you are saying something?
Yeah, I can solve this problem.
Okay. Go ahead. What do you do?
So I made a search from 9 square to 1 square in the columns, and in the rows I did minus 1 square, minus 2 square, minus 3 square, up to minus 8 square.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many did
What about
you
minus
find
9 square?
doing that way?
Oh, it's like one of the rainbow patterns. So in 9 square column there are 8. In the 8 square there were 7. In the 7 square there were 6. In the square there were 5. In the 5 square there were 4. In the 4 square there were 3. In the 3 square there were 2. And in the 2 square there were 1. And the 1 square was 0. Then I went finding the ones that are the same.
Okay.
Because
So did you find the result ultimately? How many numbers?
I got 40.
40? No, that's not correct. Okay, anybody else has to say something?
Can I do this problem, Mr. B?
Go ahead. What is your method?
My method is that, like, so I just wrote all the integers between 1 and 98, which would be counting 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, and 81.
Mhm. So
Since
did you
there
write
are
any
a
other
total
square
of 8
number or no?
numbers, it's 8 plus 6, it's 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which would be a total
Well,
of 36 numbers.
did you consider 121 minus 100 is 21? That's one of the options. Did you
Ooh,
consider that or no?
I've not considered that yet.
Yep, so the answer is not correct. So similarly, 144 minus 121, that would be
So that means it's all the
323.
squares until 200.
Well, not 200. Remember what Dhruv said a few minutes ago? Dhruv, what did you do? 100 squares?
I did
Minus
100 square minus 99 square, and that was like maybe 138 or something like that. It was 3 digits, which is not in the boundaries of 1 and 98.
So he considered all the way to 100, which is a little difficult to do. Okay, so as I said, I'm not going to do it. I'll give you an answer. So try this. So here is the trick. We are looking for difference of two squares. One of the things in algebra that we do is this would be 1 through 98, correct? Difference of two squares can be written as sum of the numbers and difference of the numbers.
What? He's teaching us binomials already?
Everybody understand what I wrote? So the only part of the trick I used was a square minus b square can be written as this.
Oh my god.
Now I am going to write a table.
Dad!
And
He's
say
teaching us quadratics.
a plus b, let's hit minus first. A minus b, a plus b. And
He's
then I'm
teaching
going
us
to figure out
binomials, trinomials,
and
polynomials.
what is the difference. Okay, everybody following me so far? And if you don't know this one, you can multiply and you will see that comes to x square minus b square. So we need two numbers, these two numbers multiply to 1 through 98. Okay, now let's say we take one example. If a plus b and a minus b, so let's say a minus b is 1. Now if I put a plus b, obviously a plus b cannot be 1. If it is 2, can anybody tell me what would be a? Two numbers added together is 2, difference is 1. What are the two numbers? Anybody can quickly calculate? Two numbers added is 2, difference is 1. Ria, what is it?
Possibly be 2, and b could possibly be 0, because 2 minus
Well, it's 0. 0 is not allowed. These are integers between this.
Yeah, that was wrong. Never mind. I should.
Anybody else? This is algebra, basic algebra.
Well,
What two numbers
can you subtract
add
the
up to 2?
equations?
Yeah. What two numbers add up to 2 and difference is 1? Anybody? Sahaj? Which two numbers add up to 2 and difference is 1?
I really want to use decimal.
Yeah.
Okay, 1.5 plus 0.5. Okay,
1.5 and 0.5. Do you see? This one gives you a decimal, but what we are looking for? We are looking for a whole number. So this will not work. But if this is 3, what is the a and b now? Which two numbers add up to 3 and difference is 1? See that?
2 and 1.
2 and 1. So this will work. So then in this case, this a would be 2 and b would be 1. So when you do 2 square minus 1 square, that is equal to 3. So that works. So that's one of the cases, okay, where the number is 3. Everybody with me? Now next, instead of this, if I do 1 and 5, what would be the two numbers that add up to 5 and difference is 1?
4 and 1.
Really? 4 and 1 difference
Or
is 1?
no, I mean
2 and 3.
2 and 3. So 3 square minus 2 square is equal to 5. Correct? So 5 is one of those numbers. Do you see like this all the odd number all the way up to 49? Well, not 49. 99. 99 is not included, so 97. Does everybody understand that this will work? So 97 when you split 96, which is 48, and 47. Difference is 1. No, I did something wrong. 90 is 45. Is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 48. So 49 and 48. If A is 49, B is 48, then their squares the difference of their square will be 97. A square minus B square. So we included all the odd numbers from 3 to 97. So you can find out how many options available. So that's first step. Second step, what is interesting is if this is 2 and if this is an even number, number 4, then it will also work. So this is 4 and 2. What are the two numbers that add up to 4 and difference is 2? Palak, what are the two numbers?
It would be 2 plus 2 and 2 plus 2 equals 4, so that would be
3 and 1.
3 and 1. Do you see that if it is 3 and 1, then 3 square minus 1 square, which is 8, also works, right? Similarly, you can find out other numbers. So instead of this, you can find out 6, you can find out 8, and all the way 2 and 49. So this would be 2 and 49. So this is, oh sorry, not 49, 48. So two numbers added together is 48, difference is 2. So you can find out just a similar way how many numbers. And then count how many you get. This 2. Make sense?
Mr. B,
Yes.
I have to go to another class now, so can I go?
Yep. Go. So you can come up with a table first with one and other number. This section. 2 and other number. So the only thing is, if this number is odd, this number also has to be odd. If this number is even, this number also should be even. Otherwise, you'll end up with what Ria was saying earlier, it will be a decimal number. And you can continue this table and finally count. So I'll leave it. I'm not going to give you the answer. Try it. Well, write down the table and then you have to complete the table. Come up with two numbers which add up to a number which is within that range. 3, 5, 7, 8.
Is it 145?
No, I think you may have double counted. Complete the table and tell me next week what you get. Okay, this one is also similar question. So it says a positive integer plus 100 is a square number, some square. And sum of this number and 168 also is a square number, some square number. So what is this number? X. What would be x? That x plus 100 is a square number. X plus 168 is also a square number. Anybody tried this question?
I tried.
Okay, let me see. Adi, did you try this question?
Yeah.
What did you do?
So I made it start with the adding to 168.
Say that again. I didn't understand properly.
I made it start that has the number you add.
So with like 21 plus 100 would be 121,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So did 21 work for both cases?
No.
No. Then what number would you try next?
Then you would try 44, which
44.
will work. Then
Which
you would
does-
try.
Yep. Go ahead.
Then you would try 61, which will work.
Okay. 161 is not a square number.
I know, 69.
Right. So basically what he's trying is 100 plus 1. So 100 plus 21 is 11 square. 100 plus 44 is 12 square. 100 plus 69 is 13 square. So he's trying, what should I add to 100 so that we get a square number? Did 69 work?
69, that didn't work.
Okay. Next number
So
I'll try
I
is,
went up, but I just had to add the numbers to 68 to see. I had to add those numbers to 68.
well, yeah, so we'll test. So how many more number did you try? Did you stop at 69 or did you try more?
I got 3 more.
3 more? Okay, so let's write them down, finish it. So this is 96. So this is 14 square. 15 square is 225. So this is 125.
Then 156 added to 168. See, that's where I.
Then we'll do this. So 21 plus 168 is not a square number. 44 plus 168 is not a square number. 69 plus 168 is not a square number. 125 plus 168 not a square number. 156 plus 168, which is equal to,
324.
which is what square?
Yeah, 18 square.
So 156. Okay, next 3 questions should be very easy to do.
I'm writing.
Okay, go ahead, finish writing. Sahej, did you do number 10?
Can I do number 10?
Well, sure.
I'm still writing.
Okay, go ahead, finish writing. Sahej, did you do 10, 11 or 12?
Yeah.
Okay, so let Rucha do 10 and then I'll ask you to do 11, okay?
Oh, okay.
Alright. So let me know when you're done writing.
Finished.
Okay, anybody else still writing?
I am.
Okay.
Here, actually, I finished most of it, so I'll just take a screenshot and write it later.
Okay.
Okay, let me quickly take a screenshot. Okay, you can move on. Thank you.
Okay, alright, no problem. Okay, Rucha, what is the reciprocal of 1/2 plus 1/3?
So I tried to find I found the common denominator of 1/2 and 1/3
Which is what?
is 6.
So this would be 3/6 and 2/6. Next,
And I added them up.
5/6. So what is your answer?
5, 6.
No.
You have to flip side.
You have to flip it.
You have
It's
to
a
flip it
reciprocal.
over because it's a reciprocal.
He's asking for reciprocal.
Or 1/5.
So I do 11.
Do you understand? Hold on. Rucha, do you understand?
Yes.
Because he's asking for reciprocal. No, Sahid is doing 11.
Can I do 12 then?
Sure.
Can
Sahid,
I do
11.
13? Can I do 13?
Okay.
Okay, so you're first gonna have to do the parentheses first.
Okay.
So,
No, I mean, can I do 12? Can I do 12?
2 times 3 times 4 is
24.
24. And next.
Then you're gonna want to do the other one. And since we just did 1/2 plus
Mhm.
1/3,
Mhm.
was
5/6.
yeah, plus the 1/4.
Okay.
Common denominator would be 12.
Okay. So 10 over 12 and 3 over 12.
Yeah, and then you have 13 over 12 times 24.
But did you get 26?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Mr.
Muhammad
B,
also
can I-
didn't answer any question.
Mr. B, can I do number 12?
Okay, hold on. Let me ask Muhammad first. Muhammad, did you do number 12?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr.
What is it? 1 minus 1/3 is
1 minus 1/3 is 2/3.
2/3. And divided by 1 minus 1/2 is
1/2.
1/2. So how do I divide these two fractions?
So here's how it works. So first you set up your equation.
Okay.
2/3 divided by 1/2.
Okay. 2/3 divided by 1/2.
Then, so you have to make the reciprocal of the second fraction, which is 1/2.
Okay. So what would be the answer?
No.
So then 2 times 2 is 4, and 3 times 1 is 3. So you get the answer of 4/3.
Yep.
Can I do number 13?
Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me check if everybody answered a question. Is there anybody who didn't answer question today? Shantanu, did you answer a question? Shantanu,
Yes.
did you answer a question today?
Yeah, I answered once.
Okay. Then I think everybody answered one question.
Mr. B,
Yes.
can I do 13?
13? No, I think Aditya called for 13 first. So let's see if he can do it. If he not, then Ria will give it to you. Okay, go ahead. Aditya, what did you do?
So Genia has 50% more money than Arizona, and Jamal has 25% more money than Arizona. What percent more money does Genia have than Jamal? So I kind of did this in X, but I can also do this in hundreds.
Okay, so
Do you
what
want me to
would
do
have
it in like?
100?
Do you want me to do it in number form, or do you want me to do it in X form?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do is easier for you.
Well, I think I should do it in I think I should do it in X form. X form. Like I
Go ahead.
could do it in number form after.
Doesn't matter, Aditya.
Okay,
Go ahead and do it.
So Arizona is equal to X. Genia is equal to 1.5x. And then Jamal is equal to 1.25x.
Okay.
So I multiplied it by 100.
Okay.
So I multiplied Genia. No, I didn't multiply. Yeah.
Like this.
So now I'm focusing on Genia and Jamal now.
Mhm.
So I did 150 x minus 125x over 125x times 100 to get the percentage.
Okay. So 25x over 125x times 100. X cancels out. This is 5. This is 20. So your answer is 20?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. And Ria, what is your method?
My method, I think the same.
Okay.
Although, no, for mine, it isn't same. I assumed that Arizona had $100
Mm-hmm.
because percents are usually in 100.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means that Virginia has 50 upon 100 and 200 to find the money that she has. And I got 150 because I got 150 after adding the extra 100 because it's Christmas. And then I did the same thing for Jamal and got 125. So the difference was 25%. So the percent increase would be increase upon 100 into Jamal because Jamal is smaller.
Yep.
That would be 25 upon 100 into 125, which is 20. Percent.
Yep.
Mr. B, can I also do number 14?
I'm still writing.
Okay.
Can I also do number 14?
Mr. B.
No, hold on. Yes.
I have to go to another class at 3:45 and I have to prepare for me.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
I have to go.
Bye. Ashni, did you do number 14?
No.
No. Davin, number 14?
No.
Who else? Shantanu, number 14?
Mr. B, just very quickly, how do you take a screenshot on Windows?
Okay, hit the print screen button. Do you see the print screen button?
Yeah.
And then you have Microsoft Word.
No.
You have WordPad.
Yeah.
So open up WordPad.
Who has always?
Or isn't there a way to do like control print screen?
Yeah, you could do control print screen, but some keyboard has only print screen. So
Okay,
I do.
Control print screen.
Yeah, so either control print screen or just print screen and go to WordPad and do control V.
And where would the screenshot show up for the control print screen?
Well, I
it
think
will
it
be
might show up
copied in your buffer. So until you do control V, you will not see it.
It's not working for me.
So then your keyboard is different. Try Alt and then print screen, or Control print screen, or FN print screen. One of those will work.
Windows key press print screen.
In my keyboard is only print
Oh
screen.
yeah, Windows key print screen works for me. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Anshami, number 14.
So, first what I did is, you have to find the decrease, percent decrease. So first I did 350 divided by 206.
Divided by or subtract?
With subtraction.
It says to the nearest whole number, find the percent decrease of the bones. So the first you find the decrease, and then the denominators. But what should be the denominator?
Denominator should be 100.
No. Remember, it's going from 350 to 206. So the initial number is always on the denominator. Make sense? So it's going from 350 to 206. Correct? So you do 350 minus 206 divided by 350. And then we have to change this to a percent. So simply multiply by 100. So this one would be 444 over 350 times 100. And this is 440 over 35. And change to a nearest number.
Mr. B, before you actually do the 444 times 10, what you could actually do is then 35, 7, and then 10, 2.
Yep, that also is possible. So 7, 2. So it's 88 over 7. And this should be what? Anybody? 88 over 7?
Is it 41.14%?
41? Or about 12.5, I think.
No, I got 41. About 41%.
No, it's 12.5%. It's 12.5%.
Yeah,
So
12.5.
the nearest whole number would be 13.
Right.
Mr. B, I think you did your subtraction wrong.
Oh, I did the subtraction wrong. That will explain.
It's 144.
Yes, I did it wrong. Correct.
It's
144.
144.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I got.
7. So this is 288 over 7. So this would be 28, 1, and what?
1, 4. 1, 4.
1, 4. So the nearest number would be 41. Alright, sorry I took one more minute than normal time.
It's
So we
okay.
finished 14 questions. I will start from question number 15 next week and finish every single question on the placement test. Your homework for this week would be 1A paper, which would be very easy to do. So your goal is to finish your 1B placement test and return it to me. Okay? If you did not return, please work on them. Now you should be able to do at least 14 questions, which we did in the class. And return it as soon as possible. Then you can work on 1A paper and then return it by Saturday. Okay. Then we'll start algebra. So next week I'll go over algebra concepts and assign you start assigning question paper on algebra. All right. Stay safe and talk to you next Saturday.
Bye. Bye, Mr. B.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. B, and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
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 Saturday.
See you next Saturday.
Yep. See you next Saturday.
Mm.